What's up, guys? We're coming at you today. We're gonna make another video here. I haven't made one for a couple of days now. Had a couple things going on. Had my wisdom teeth pulled yesterday. That was really fun. Then we had some complications here where I wasn't able to make a video, but we're back. It is Friday the 6th, I think, and we talk about a couple different things today. Number one, we're gonna talk about I don't know. We'll just spitfire here. So good news first. Things first. Got my duty station today. Going to Fort Campbell. Gonna be stationed with the 101st. Not sure what brigade though, but hey, that was the number one on my where do you want to go, your wish list, and luck of the draw, and a little bit of influencing, asking my drill sergeant if he could put a word in. We got Fort Campbell. So 20 days from now, hopefully should be going to Fort Campbell and having a kick-ass time, go through air assault. Toughest 10 days in the Army. For those of you that don't know what air assault is, it is basically jumping out of, well, I shouldn't say jumping out, but you're rappelling out of helicopters, doing high-tech, high-speed, literally assaulting in the air. So it's a 10-day, 10, 11-day school. Day 0 is a obstacle course and 2-mile run. Then there's a 3-day period where you're doing, I can't remember the exact terminology, but basically you're learning how to rig and hoist and attach a load to a helicopter. So you do 3 days of that. There's tests for everything written, and then an actual physical do-it test. So you're on, from what I saw, you're on the load, attaching to the helicopter, and then that takes off. So you got to do that. Then you spend 3 days doing rappelling. You do it from dropping off the tower, doing like a 45 foot rappel wall, and then you'll also do it out of a helicopter. So you got to fast rope down off the helicopter and get that going there. So just another one of the things, which would be pretty cool. And then you got to do a 6-mile ruck march in 90 minutes, and you got to do a 12-mile ruck march, I think, in 3 hours. So if you fail, I believe you can pick up, from what I've been told, you can pick up, say if you fail at day 6, day 7, you can pick back up the next cycle or a few cycles later at that time. You don't have to restart the whole school over. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully we just go through it one shot and be done. I heard PT is every day you're running, at least in an ability group run, and you're still doing regular PT on top of that. So it's extreme. Should be a good time though. Be pretty cool to lose this little "hey, I'm in the Army" patch and pick up the Screaming Eagle. So that should be fun. Pick up the air assault tab too. Well, let's see what else we got to talk about here. So we covered health and nutrition, covered some physical stuff. Let's just kind of spitball in a couple of things here, things that I've looked up. So there's a few people I follow on YouTube. One is Christopher Chaos, and the other is Nava the Beast. Chris Chaos is a former sergeant in the Army, and Nava the Beast is a Marine. And I actually just saw today he has about a year and a month left, and he's getting out of the Marines. He puts out some really good videos. He does videos reviewing different PTs, Marines versus like Army, Navy, Air Force, Special Forces. He does a whole bunch of videos where he'll do that, and then he'll also do the PT. And he'll do reviews on like Hell Week for the SEALs, whole bunch of cool stuff. So if y'all get the chance, watch him. It's Nava the Beast. He has some good videos. And then Christopher Chaos goes into, I'm watching a lot of his stuff lately, but he'll go into explaining like badges, ranks, all that stuff. So we're going to kind of incorporate that. Believe it or not, I do have a plan, a path of where I want to go with this into today's video. We're going to try and keep it short, but going into the different roles, I was looking today at promotion points for what it is to be an E5 and E6 in the 92 Alpha series, and it is relatively moderate to get E5. I think it was 350-ish points to get E5, and around the 600s, I believe, to get E6. So hard to get past the E6 hump, which, you know, we've been warned it's going to be hard to get E6, but once you do, you're golden. So the combat series, 11 series, 12 series, 13 series. Those have low points to get E5 and E6. And then there's other series also that are really low to get E5, E6 as far as points wise. Now, for those of you that don't know exactly what it is, when you go past E4, so if you're specialist or corporal, that's the last automatic promotion you can get in the Army. You have to go to a promotion board, go against a bunch of first sergeants, maybe command sergeant major, whoever makes up the board. Normally 3 members are going to ask you some questions, and you got to qualify with a number of points. Points are based off your military education, military certificates. You can get it for, say, being combative certified, doing extra stuff. You can get promotion points. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Your career, your education, civilian education, everything can count as points. Your PT scores, everything. So the more you have, the more points you get. The max is 800. And there are some out there that require 798. So you have to be the best of the best. Because if there's 10 of you, the cutoff score is 799, 798, whatever. There's 10 of you in the same field at the same, E4, and you're all vet MOS, and 6 of you have 798, and there's only slots saved for 4. They're going to look at between length of service and who's just had an overall better record. So if you got any negative counselings, if you got any Article 15s, whatever, you have to be on your game at all times. You can't afford to be that guy that says, hey, I remember he was screwing off in formation, or he was late that one time, or he didn't shave, or he didn't do this. Do your stuff ASAP the first time, the right way, and it will pay off down the road. I'm telling you, don't be that guy who, oh man, I'm waking up late, I ain't gonna shave, I'm just gonna run a PT. Or, hey, I'm waking up late and I'm not going to make my bed. Or, just don't be that guy. Do what you got to do and do it, and you'll be fine. It could help you in that scenario. But regardless to, I don't even remember where I was going with that. But yeah, so your points are very important to get. So one thing I think that I'm going to try and do is 92 Alpha. It's a job. We're going to run it for as long as I have to, and should be about a year to 2 years, so we'll see what the ups and downs are with that. Not exactly sure if I'll stay with it or not. Like I said, it's a year to 2 years to see if I like it. If I don't, obviously I want to hit that E6 as soon as possible for the simple fact that A, it's more money, B, more responsibility, and the possibility, once you hit E6, that's the last board you go to. So in the boards, I don't know if I touched on this at all, but in the boards, when you go up, you have to show up in ASUs. You come in, do your executing movements, your left face, your right face, wherever you're coming from, your salute, private so-and-so, special so-and-so, whatever, reporting to the board for whatever, whatever board you go to, you private, whatever, and do it. Then you sit down, you sit at the position of attention. We're going to ask you questions. Now, I have gone through a board so far. It was at our FTX. I went against the senior drill sergeant and another drill sergeant for the board. The captain didn't sit on it, and the first sergeant wasn't there. So, little bit easier. But you sit at the board, and they will ask you questions, and it can be anything and everything. Like, they can ask you, hey, what does this cover? What FM or what AR does this cover in the military? And you either answer it, you don't know it, and you say you don't know it, or you try to bullshit, which I really don't recommend. But if they say, hey, what regulation covers the uniforms? You're going to say, the regulation that covers the uniforms is AR 670-1. Boom. You know it. Cool. Basic. Just leave it there. And then they're going to turn around and they're going to throw some random shit at you. You're going to be like, why is the sky blue? The sky is blue because the reflection off the ocean gives the color blue to the sky. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking real term is, but if you say it with confidence, then it's going to look good. So if they were to say something like, I don't know, something dumb. Why is Pokemon better than Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever? They could come up with whatever the hell they want. And our sergeants have even told us that. They said, my first board, they try to say some dumb shit like that. They'll sometimes throw things at you, whatever. They want to make sure you can keep your military position, your military bearing, and maintain as a professional. So that's one big thing too. And it's going to be hard. I'm sure it's going to kind of throw me off my first one, but we're going to do the best to make sure that we stay where I need to be and hit that E5 before the end of the first enlistment. Stick to that for, I think it's 2 years until you can get E6 and go up to the board again. Then go to E6, and then from there, once you get past the E6 hump, then your E7 and E8s come after a couple of years. You don't have to go to boards anymore, but you'll hit that. So, and that leads me into the plan of, do I want to stay enlisted or do I want to go to the dark side, as it's called, as the officer side or the warrant officer side? Now, I don't know if you all know a lot about warrant officers versus officers, if you even know what a warrant officer is. They are basically a field specialist in command. So you have your enlisted, then you have your warrant officers, and then you have your officers. The warrant officers and the officers are similar in a way that an officer in an MOS is basically, they don't do much of the dealing with that issue, so to say. So say like, we'll take for instance an EOD officer. They're not going to be in charge of going out into the field and dealing with the actual disposal, diffusings of all the ordnance, and shit that comes up. They're going to basically be sitting back in the base, and they're going to say, they're going to be doing the paperwork, they're going to be planning the routes, they're going to be sitting behind the front lines executing what's going to happen downrange for the enlisted to go do. Now the warrant officers, those are going to be the guys that are going to be heading up the major formations to do it, because they are the most experienced doing it. Not necessarily them, I should say, they're not going to be the ones going out and doing it, but they're going to have the most experience doing it. I don't know the codes for it. Like, it's like 89 Delta 01 or something like that. But they are the ones that are like most familiarized with it. I'd have to get the specifics. I don't want to give you any super wrong information. I'm just kind of going off of what I think I know here. But with a warrant officer, you can choose what MOS you want to do. And with an officer, you don't. I believe you go to green to gold, and then you get told what MOS you're going to be in. So for me, I could be a 92 Alpha, want to go officer, and turn around and be a freaking dentist or something, I could get into the 68 series. I don't want that. So, but as a warrant officer, I could turn around and say, hey, I want to stick as a 92, or I could say I want to go back to EOD. So the debate comes, do I want to stay enlisted, or do I want to go to the warrant officer side? So we got time to figure that out down the road. Lots got to go on. Got to get a college education and all that good stuff. But we'll see where it goes. So, not sure what else to talk about. I know I said we're going to talk about a few things. We only really covered that. But hey, it's a good day. Friggin' mouth hurts. Wisdom teeth, so fun. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I know I kind of did towards the end of the day. We got to go out and watch fireworks. Daily up to that, yeah, it wasn't so hot. Needless to say, it was a bad day for Alpha Company here. But we got 20 days and to wake up, and then we graduate, we get out of here, go to Kentucky, about 10.5-hour drive away. Pretty sure I'll end up flying, but it is what it is. Maybe a bus, I don't know. So we're looking forward to that. Everything else is seeming to be going pretty good here. We're trying to maintain that upbeat, positive attitude, and it does have a good reflection. If you stick to staying positive, positive things come out. I know there's moments in the day where I get irritated, I get irritable, I get annoyed. I'm sure everybody does. But we can't control it. We can't control what the idiots around us are doing. All we can do is adapt and overcome it. If this guy's screwing around or this person's pissing you off, step away from it. Step away from them, let it go. You'll be fine. So, and it does pay off. I've been trying to maintain that upbeat, positive attitude, and I got told Fort Campbell today, and I was freaking beyond ecstatic. So, I think that's how you say it. So, but anyway, I will try to come up with some good stuff over the weekend. May not do a video tomorrow. May try to do one Sunday. I got a PT test Monday, so wish me luck on that. I'm not supposed to be doing PT because of wisdom teeth. gotta let that blood clot form and hold, but I don't like to wait, so I'm gonna maybe just suck it up and do it against the doctor's orders. But we'll see what it is. So have a great day, have a great weekend, and for those of you that are watching back home, miss you guys. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and I will talk to you later. Bye.